Dear Aries, there is so much astrological pressure on you. So many eyes in the astrological world are fixed on you right now and on what you do. It may feel like this horoscope has nothing to do with what is actually happening in your real normal life. This may have two reasons. Reason number one is that most of this astrological pressure only applies to the Aries born in March, or maybe the very first days of April. But even if you are born in March and you do have this massive change and restructuring ahead of you, it is very normal and also very human to be in denial of that, at least partially. Month starts with Neptune fresh in your fiery sign, and if you are an early Aries, you will feel it strongly. If you're a late Aries, then somewhat. It may be a mixture of loss of direction and inspiration at the same time. It could feel uplifting and anxiety provoking. And then, importantly, you may be mistaken in some of your opinions or in how accurate your assessment of reality is right now. But on a more general level, emotionally, spiritually, even if you are spiritual, even if you are factually mistaken, you are going through something very true and very important. You will figure out the factually correct details later on, but do hold on to the fire that is new to you. It has enormous potential. All throughout the first half of April, Mars in Cancer may be giving you, especially if you are an April-born Aries, some stress in matters related to home and family and where you live, and maybe also in relationships with your parents or older relatives, or like where you come from in general. It may have something to do with the process that you do not have any control over, but if it's at all possible to you, it's worth investing into. That is, the stress you endure in this home and family area right now may turn into something beautiful and full of potential at the end of 2025. Another thing that's possibly important to you astrologically, but more so for the April-born Aries, is the full moon in Libra on the 13th of April in your area of important partnerships or adversarial relationships, so oppositions. Full moons usually illuminate, show us something worth looking at. And in your case, it may be how it is going in this really important area of your life, or like in one of the important relationships of your life. This full moon may also show you how an important partnership is influenced by what is going on in your home and family area of life. So most likely, if you live with your partner, it will be about how you live together. It may also, this full moon, bring up the topic of self-care and how you feel, how you take care of how you feel and of your well-being in general. And it may be a stressful time, the days around the 13th of April. So it is important that you maintain a balance and do the necessary. Keep the conversation going with your partner, but also don't overwhelm yourself and don't stress yourself too much. So the first half of April is a little bit tense already, but also nebulous at the same time, because Mercury and Venus are still in the watery sign of Pisces, where there's very little certainty. They start changing signs in the second half of April, and that would influence your mood and energy greatly. So on the 16th of March, Mercury enters your sign, and it will be moving relatively quickly, helping you find words to express what you want to express, to say what you need to say, but also giving you more agility in dealing with tasks at hand. Exactly on the 16th, after moving into your sign, it will start interacting with Neptune that is already in your sign. So on days around it, you may have some insights related to whatever that is that inspires you, and that relates especially to the early March born Aries people. On the 18th of April, Mars is leaving Cancer for Leo. This is great news for you because number one is that Leo is a fiery sign, so there will be more of the energy that makes you feel in tune with the world around you, or like the world is more in tune with what you have to offer. It's also amazing because Leo rules your astrological area of fun, romance, creativity, and children. But in my experience, it is usually children in sense that you are making use of your fertility, or it's when children that you already have are a source of joy and pride for you, or at least that you can make fun of them. So my experience is that the more stressful aspects of child rearing are more about the sign of Cancer that rules household business in your horoscope. So if Mars moves to Leo, you will have more energy to have fun, to work on your creative projects, to have romantic adventures, and to enjoy your children. At the very last day of April, Venus moves into Aries, and this will give you a chance to fall in love with a new idea or project that relates to you, your life, how you see yourself. Venus was here already in February, and it did try to seduce you into something attractive. But back then it was maybe only a hint. This time it will be stronger, more concrete, but also more alluring. And finally, there is a new moon in Taurus in your area of personal finance on the 27th of April. This is honestly a stressful one. Maybe not for you, or at least not necessarily. It has spunk, and if you want to supercharge your earning potential or earning power, try making bold plans and acting decisively on the day of the new moon and a few days after that.